If you're a successful man, there's a high likelihood that you're experiencing something I call reverse gaslighting. It's the reason why, even though you're crushing it in your business or your career, you're still struggling with your marriage, your kids, your habits, your personal relationships, or maybe all of the above. If you've ever wondered why you can't make lasting change in your life, why you say you're going to do one thing and then a couple of days go by and you're right back to where you were before, why you can't keep the promises that you made to yourself so you can show up as the husband, father, and the man that you know you're called to be, the reason why is something I call reverse gaslighting. And in this video, I'm going to help you understand it so you can understand the problem. More importantly, what I'm going to show you is how to finally get unstuck from this constant internal battle that you got going on between what you know is right and what you find yourself doing instead. See, this issue that you're dealing with is as old as time. Even the Bible says this with Paul in Romans, saying, "For what I want to do, I do not do. For what I hate, I do." What I'm about to show you is real. It's a proven method to start doing what you actually want to do. And look, man, I know you've probably seen videos like this online where some dude tries to show you some hack or some secret or whatever trick his marketing book has to try to convince you that he has all the answers that you're looking for. And I'm going to be straight up with you right now and tell you that there is no hack in this video. There's no secret. And if you're looking for an overnight solution, this probably isn't the right video for you. But if you're actually looking for what works, what actually creates lasting change inside your life so you can be a better husband, a better father, and a better man, it's right here. We've helped hundreds of men do exactly that, and we can help you do the same.
This program is designed, to help with your marriage, but the big thing is to change yourself from within. For me, it's been life-changing.
Everybody has a very familiar pain, but different stories. So we can all be there for each other and support each other and learn to heal the different parts of ourselves.
And I had done therapy before, and it had not long-term fixed it for me. Then I did Beyond Driven, and the coaching, the calls, just cut straight to the point, straight to the heart of so many matters in a way I've not found anywhere else.
Don't be skeptical. It's the real deal. This program and these group of brothers have changed my life forever. And just know whatever you're going through right now, you're not alone.
This has been an amazing experience. I'm still changing every day.
Beyond Driven, for me, has really saved me from myself, and it's changed my life in ways that I really thought were impossible.
But it requires work and it requires dedication and honesty. And if you can give that, then the dividends will pay you.
I've been stuck in a circle of chaos and turmoil for years. This program's changed my life, changed me, built confidence that I didn't even know I had in myself, and the internal strength is the power that I've developed at this point in the program. It was the best choice I ever made.
My name is Tim Arrigo, and I'm the founder of Beyond Driven. And over the past 5 years, we've helped over 5,000 driven, successful men just like you break out of the habits, behaviors, and thought patterns that are causing them to suffer in their marriage and family life. And the only reason I can sit here right now and talk to you about this is because the same problems that you had, I had. In fact, I was maybe even worse than you. I was a strung out drug addict. I wasn't a good husband. I was a burden to pretty much everyone around me. I started fixing myself though, brick by brick. I got clean, I started seeking clinical help, and I started seeing real results in my life, my group at church, which led me to start pursuing a career as a clinical counselor. And once I had healed myself and my marriage, I made it my mission to help other men do the same. And to date, I've logged more clinical hours than most marriage counselors. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, a majority of what they teach is a waste of time. And the reason is not just because marriage counselors almost unanimously side with women. It's actually because marriage counselors ignore the main issue that you're facing right now, reverse gaslighting. More than likely, you've heard of gaslighting, where you start to question your reality because someone keeps denying or minimizing your experience. But see, reverse gaslighting is where you start to accept your reality because someone or everyone keeps approving and maximizing your experience. See, just think about your environment for a moment. You're surrounded by men who confirm the stories that you're telling yourself. And if you're like a majority of men struggling at home, you just eat it up. When was the last time that one of your buddies called out your BS? When was the last time that someone in your circle looked you in the eye and said, look, brother, you're destroying your family and you need to stop? Never. Because they're all saying the same thing to themselves that you are. You work hard. You deserve to blow off steam. It's just a couple of drinks. It's not a big deal. Or it's just weed. It's not a big deal. All successful guys have those desires. Or even worse, the media you consume is just reinforcing your beliefs even further. It's liberals destroying traditional masculinity. Women today in the feminist movement cause women to not appreciate the sacrifices that men make for them. The system is rigged against hardworking alpha men like me. See, do you see what's actually happening here? You're surrounded by an echo chamber, a culture that tells you your destructive behaviors are normal. You're getting a daily dose of validation for every single lie that you tell yourself. And here's the truth. You're not a victim of society. You're not a victim of changing times. You're not a victim of ungrateful women or liberal culture or whatever external enemy you decided to blame. So many men want to buy into this reverse gaslighting. But man, let me ask you, how's that working out for you? Is your marriage getting stronger while you're getting all this validation for your behavior? Are your kids more connected to you while you're being told that being emotionally unavailable is normal? Is your life getting any better while you're being constantly reassured that you're not the problem? Of course not, because the validation is poison. It's keeping you sick while making you feel good about being sick at the same time. And here's the most tragic part. Deep down, you don't want the validation. You actually want someone to call you out. You want someone to care enough about you to tell you the truth. You want someone to hold you accountable for becoming the man that you know you can be. But instead, you're surrounded by a bunch of men who are just as lost as you are, all agreeing that being lost is normal as a man. And see, what if the men and the society validating your dysfunction aren't your brothers? What if they're just your enablers? See, the question I have for you is this. You ready to step out of that echo chamber and face the truth? Because right now, every day you choose the validation over the truth, you're choosing to stay broken. And I know what you're probably saying. I've tried to change, and I get it. Maybe you've gone to marriage therapy. Maybe you've tried cutting back on drinking. Maybe you've even installed accountability software to stop watching porn. Maybe you've started going to the gym more consistently. Maybe you're reading books or listening to podcasts on masculinity or marriage. Maybe you tried scheduling weekly date nights. Maybe you even confess your struggles to your pastor or your men's group, but none of it works, at least not for long. Things are different for a few days, maybe even a few weeks. Things seem to get better. Your wife seems happier. The arguments seem to go away. You feel like you're making some progress. You start thinking, finally, I figured it out. Things are good. But then slowly, things start sliding back to where they were before. The arguments come back in, the distance returns, the intimacy disappears again, and you're sitting there thinking, what the heck? I did everything right. I followed all the advice. I made all the changes that they told me to make. Why didn't it work? Why am I back to square one? Why does it feel like nothing I ever do is enough? And see, this is where most guys get stuck. So what's the solution? Well, at Beyond Driven, we use something called the inside out method. Here's how to think about it. Imagine you're trying to build a beautiful house. You've got the perfect blueprints. You've got all the right materials. You've got all the tools you need, but the foundation you're building on is cracked. It's unstable, and it's constantly shifting. What's going to happen with that house? Well, no matter how perfect your blueprints are, no matter how expensive your materials are, no matter how hard you work on the construction, it's not a matter of if the house will collapse. It's a matter of when the house is going to collapse. Because you can't build something stable on an unstable foundation. And that's exactly what's happening inside your marriage and your family life. You're trying to build a stable, loving relationship on an unstable, disordered internal foundation. So your external actions might be right. You might be saying the right words. You might be trying to do the right things. But your internal world, your thoughts, your emotions, your triggers, your unresolved issues, it's still a mess. And that internal chaos, that disorder, is sabotaging every external effort that you're making. Here's a prime example. You decide you're going to be more patient with your wife and kids. Maybe you've read some books about it, you watch some videos about it, and you commit to it. You start doing it. But internally, you still feel disrespected when she gives you feedback or when your kids don't do what you tell them to do. And when that trigger gets hit, all of your good intentions go out the window. You react from that disordered internal place, and you're right back to where you started. That's because you fixed the external, not the internal. And see, here's another example. Maybe you decided to stop drinking, or stop looking at porn, or stop whatever behavior you know is hurting your marriage. And you white knuckle it for a little bit. You try to use willpower and discipline, but internally, you still have that same emotional pain, the same stress, the same emptiness that was driving those behaviors in the first place. So when life gets stressful, which it will, and when you feel overwhelmed, when you need to cope, you slide right back into those old patterns because you never addressed the internal disorder that was creating the need for those behaviors. This is why external solutions don't work long term, why you can follow all the marriage advice in the world and still end up in the same place, why you can try harder and harder and still feel like you're failing. Because you're trying to solve an internal problem with external solutions. You're trying to fix the symptoms while ignoring the root cause. And here's what makes this even more frustrating. The harder you try to force external changes without addressing the internal disorder, the more exhausted you become. I know, because I've been there. So many other brothers have. Deep down, it's not sustainable. But here's the thing. When you heal internally, the external changes happen naturally. When you transform what's going on up here, and down here, your behavior follows automatically. When you address the root causes, the symptoms disappear on their own. That is the inside out method. Instead of trying to fix your marriage by changing what you do, we fix your marriage by changing who you are. Instead of trying to create order in your external world while your internal world is disordered, we create order in your internal world first, and then your external world naturally aligns with it. Because here's what I've learned after working with thousands of men. When you get your internal world in order, brother, when you heal the wounds that are driving the destructive patterns in your life, when you resolve the triggers that make you react instead of respond, when you develop the emotional intelligence, and when you understand what's happening inside of you and build self-awareness to recognize your patterns before they sabotage your life, when you create internal stability that allows you to stay grounded no matter what's happening around you, everything else in your life becomes easy. Communication skills that you've been trying to learn become natural. Patience you've been trying to force becomes automatic, second nature. The emotional availability that you've been trying to perform becomes authentic because you're no longer fighting against your internal programming. And when that happens, your wife doesn't just notice the changes in your behavior, she feels the transformation in your presence. It's the authenticity in your words, the genuine love that your actions convey. And that's when everything shifts. That's when the intimacy returns, the connection deepens, and the trust rebuilds. And that's when your marriage becomes what you always wanted it to be. See, but it all starts with getting your internal world in order. And that's exactly what the inside out method is designed to do. And here's what successful men just like you have to say about the inside out method.
It freed not only myself, but it freed all of the horrible feelings that I have about myself. And I could not be happier with Beyond Driven and my brothers that are in it.
Man, I wish I would have found this program a long time ago because it's been such a blessing to my life. It's just totally changed the whole trajectory of who I am and where I'm going.
I think the most important thing that people can get out of this program is you get a brotherhood of brothers that support you. And that's something that you can take with you, these networks that you develop for the rest of your lives.
Deal with my childhood trauma, which I've been buried in for 50 years. And I feel like I'm freeing myself from that, and so that I can be a better father, a better husband, be the man that I admire.
The changes these guys have made in their marriages, families, and personal life all came from understanding these fundamental truths. You can't create lasting order in your external world until you create order in your internal world. You can't build a stable relationship on an unstable foundation. You can't solve internal problems with external solutions. The change has to happen from the inside out. And that's exactly what we want to show you how to do inside our flagship program, the Total Breakthrough Academy, which helps men just like you implement the inside out method into their own life. See, this program focuses on 3 domains of transformation: your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others, and your relationship with your purpose. Everything that we do at Beyond Driven comes down to this fundamental shift. We work from the inside out, not the outside in. We're not going to teach you more techniques to just manage symptoms. We're going to help you transform the root system that's creating those symptoms in the first place. Our work centers around 3 essential domains. First is self-mastery, and that's the foundation that everything else is built upon. Because you can't create lasting relationships or impact if you're still hijacked by old patterns and emotional storms. In this domain, we're going to help you get a handle on those emotions that seem to come out of nowhere, challenge those inner stories telling you that you're not enough, and build confidence that comes from within. The second domain is authentic connection. transforming your relationships from the inside out. See, most programs miss that relationship problems aren't about communication techniques. They're actually about who you're being in those relationships. We're going to help you set boundaries without creating walls, stay connected during conflicts instead of shutting down, and create the safety that allows real intimacy to develop. It's not about blame. It's about becoming the man who no longer needs to be rescued, fixed, or guessed. It's about becoming the source. And the third domain is compelling purpose. And this is about aligning your life with what truly matters. See, high-achieving men thrive when they live a life with clear purpose, not just career goals, but a life that's fully aligned with deeper values. We're going to help you identify your core values, create a vision that pulls you forward even on your toughest days, and build a legacy that will outlast you. When your behaviors and actions align with your beliefs and values, your vision becomes clear. And from that level of clarity, your purpose becomes undeniable. And the Inside Out method uses a larger framework that we call RISE: realize, internalize, shift, and expand. And we build 5 interconnected systems, including your pattern recognition system, which helps you identify what's really driving your current struggles, your emotional blueprint system, which maps your emotional landscape for effective navigation, your life timeline system, which connects past experiences to your present patterns, your core values system, which clarifies your internal compass for decision making, and your transformation toolkit, which gives you practical tools for immediate implementation. These aren't just concepts to understand. They're actual systems that we build and implement into our clients' lives. See, when knowledge becomes application, application becomes transformation. And once you've transformed, it's no longer something you do, it's who you are. See, when your operating system is broken, everything it runs breaks with it. No matter how smart, disciplined, or motivated you are, you'll keep seeing temporary results that collapse under pressure. And that's why the Total Breakthrough Academy is built around all 3 domains, working together as a system. See, most programs isolate one area, emotional regulation or communication skills or purpose discovery, and then they wonder why nothing sticks. Our program focuses on all 3 areas to ensure that you've experienced a total breakthrough, not just a partial one. The Inside Out method we teach is a complete upgrade to the inner operating system that drives everything, including your reactions, your behaviors, your relationships, your leadership, and your legacy. So look, I'd like to invite you to join us in this program, but truth be told, it isn't for everyone. Unlike a lot of programs, groups, or counseling out there, we don't work with everyone because, well, not everyone's a good fit. We only want to work with guys that we know will be able to see a real transformation in themselves, their family's life. And that's why I'd like to invite you to a totally free complimentary breakthrough call with one of our team members where you can finally get honest in the judgment-free environment and learn something. When was the last time you just let it all out? All your doubts, all your frustration, your guilt, the stuff you don't say out loud, not to your wife, not to your buddies, not even to your pastor. See, this call is an opportunity to finally get honest with yourself so we can help you put together a game plan for how to fix the issues for good. And assuming you're a good fit, that we can actually help you with what you're going through right now, we'd love to extend an offer for you to join the Total Breakthrough Academy. And if not, no worries. The call will at least be a starting point for your journey, and we can consider it a win in our book and yours. And listen, right now, there's a few paths in front of you. You could totally ignore everything I've said in this video and be reminded of it. The next time you and your wife get into an argument or a fight, you could try and figure everything out on your own, which I don't doubt that you could. I'm just saying it took me 10 years. Or if you're ready to get rid of those behaviors that you know aren't serving you, if you're ready to stop causing internal and external harm to the people around you, if you're ready to be able to get control over your life so you can become the man that you know you're called to be, here's what you need to do next. You click the button below, you fill out a quick questionnaire, and you book a breakthrough call with someone from my team. And I want to assure you, you're not going to speak to some junior sales rep who doesn't understand your situation or can't give you any good feedback. And we're definitely not going to treat you like an idiot and ask you a bunch of dumb questions like, when did you first start thinking this was a problem, John? Or a bunch of other garbage. It's just an opportunity for you to speak to one of our team members that knows exactly what's going on under the hood because we've seen it thousands of times. We'd love to help you out, but getting honest and stepping into the truth is the first step. And I know it can sometimes be difficult at first, but who told you the path to becoming the man that you're capable of being was easy? So click the button below, fill out the application, and hopefully we'll see you on the call. All right, brother, all the best. God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.